Welcome to the Solemn Vanguard channel. Today we have some more stream reveals. However, we're also covering right now different fights, card reveal. So as you know, different YouTubers reveal different cards from the Premium Collection 2020. Different fight was last weekend. I didn't manage to cover Vanguard Insiders, which was the week before that. I'm sorry for that. I'm not actually that at home in Gear Chronicle, so I'm not sure if I could really give very great thoughts there. However, just wanted to mention that real quick. But however, for this stride, it says on V and in G zone, if phase up, all of your grade 3 on R and G get plus 5k power and plus 5k shield and intercept. When I saw this really reminded me of a deck in Hearthstone called Embiggen Druid. They run some really big tanky beasts, and then with the card Embiggen, they would get bigger and bigger over time, and so after a while, you just had these massive tanky beasts that you just can't get through anymore because, again, they've been getting bigger. And this card just feels that way because the longer the game goes, you will keep on flipping these Geomag glasses and that way end up with these massive grade 3s, both in power and shield, together with Dieliner, which already added shield to grade 3s, that you just can't punch through. So that was really cool to see. However, it has a second skill, V when it attacks, counterblast 1 and turn a card from your G zone face up, so usually himself. Look at 7 cards from the top of your deck, call 2 cards from among them to R, shuffle your deck, and this unit gets a crit until end of that battle for each of your grade 3 units. So again, big fan of this card. It scales into the late game. It also gives you a decent first stride, I would say. This will really depend on how much tanking this deck really gets in standard as well. So far it has a solid main deck, I would say, in premium, but it's missing something, and I feel like maybe the standard support will bring him that. Also, funnily enough, when I saw this art, I really had to think of Deathwing. If you know him from World of Warcraft, it's really the same art almost. Really interesting. I'm sure it has some other DP reference in the lore. I don't really follow that too much. Now, for today's stream, we had Conquering Supreme Dragon, Sunverse Dragon, 2 dragons in the name. Of course. Act on V costs Soul Blast 1, turn a card from your G-Zone face up, put this unit into your G-Zone face up, so you de-stride it. Your opponent chooses 4 cards each from his or her rear guards and drop zone, and binds them. For every 4 cards in your opponent's bind zone, you draw a card and your opponent chooses a card from his or her hand and binds it. I am not the biggest fan of this card. So this is basically Vanquisher support, but it's not really attempting to be interesting. Like, it's not trying to add an extra layer of depth to it or anything like that. All it does is say, play standard Vanquisher, but it's gonna be a bit better. So it's strong. Like, when I have to rate it power level wise compared to the other ones, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Oh, sorry, the last one I would also give, it's hard to give the DP one a ranking. Maybe an 8, maybe a 7. This is like power level an 8. But it's not a very interesting 8, in my opinion. You're literally going to be playing standard Narukami, maybe with 1 or 2 G cards, and then your stride isn't even changing your turn. You're just making it stronger. Again, if you like very simple decks, very linear playstyles, maybe this is for you. Maybe you dig that. But I was hoping for a stride that would add lines of play rather than just making you play the same deck in both formats. But hey, that's just me. Don't forget, for every 4 cards in your opponent's bind zone, you draw a card. But then they bind from hand, but then your Vanquisher one also binds from hand. So the longer the game goes, this will get more annoying and more annoying and more annoying. And you have all your multi-attack from the standard cards anyway. So it does feel pretty good. Did they really have to make Narukami players just play the same deck twice? Then we saw Dragonic Blademaster Soen, so the new Blademaster. It says continues on V. During your turn, if your opponent has no rear guards, this unit and all of your vision tokens get power plus 10k. And then act on V once per turn, cost discard 2 cards from your hand, call a vision token to R, and at the end of that turn, retire that token. This is speeding up vision token creation by a turn. And then it says if Wyvern Strike Doha and Wyvern Strike Garen are on your R, retire all of your opponent's rear guards. So when you look at this card, you take the old Blademaster and you say, get rid of the restrictions. Boom, that's the card. All you lose for this is a crit. This is a weird stream today. It's not trying to be an interesting cross-grade like Uranus was different. You had a different way of reaching Valkyrian. Even though it was faster, it was a different way. It added something. It was an upgrade, but it wasn't like just an upgrade because it has less text. This is just straight a turn faster. It's good for Blademaster, but again, it doesn't feel all that inspired. But perhaps that is exactly what the Blademaster deck needed. And of course, we'll see as we get more cards in the set, maybe they'll add on top of this. Of note, we also saw Susanoo's art, which we hadn't seen before, so maybe you dig that. I do like how it's staying true to the original art. And that will be all for today. Hope you found this interesting. If you did, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, leave your thoughts in the comments down below, and I will see you soon. Ciao.